Hello and welcome to episode 4 of the GuildMag podcast. I'm Valiant, and joining me as usual we have Casey along with our guest team maker Jason.
Good afternoon, morning, wherever you live.
Covered all bases there.
Yeah.
Yep.
Kind of had the cameras a bit squished up there, but we fixed it now.
Yeah, you can see me.
I'm watching the stream and I've just got a chin.
Yeah. So this week has been kind of an interesting one for Guild Wars 2 fans. We at GuildMag obviously released an interview that caused a bit of a stir in the community. And then there's been
a bit, just a little tiny bit.
We only did like 2 pages of Reddit posts about it. It's all right. And then obviously there's also been continuation of the announcements of the feature pack, all of which we'll be discussing on today's show. But that's not all. Today we're also going to be giving away a free Miniature Llama code to one lucky viewer of this podcast who's watching us live. And for everyone that's not watching this live, we will be giving away an additional one. So stay tuned to find out more on how you can get your hands on that. If, of course...
Can I just say...
Yeah?
I'm so jealous of you people that in anywhere. I can't win it. Now, you know how many podcasts I've been on where I can't win this cool stuff? So you just be really happy, guys, and I hope you win it. But seriously, I'm jealous.
Just wait until we get like a GuildMag's Christmas gift at the end of the year. We're going to get so much. Like, I hear they really treat their employees well.
Oh, I wish.
We'll see.
You gotta get the shopping list out now, Ron. I'm jealous, guys. So I'm really happy that you guys get to win this, but I am seriously bitter.
Yeah, don't flaunt it in front of Ali if you do win. So yeah, for those of you not watching this live, do remember you can catch us every Thursday at 10 a.m. GMT on twitch.tv/GuildMag, where you can share your views with us, chat as we go along, and obviously win some cool stuff from time to time. But before we get into today's show, Casey's going to take us through this week's Guild Wars 2 news. So off we go.
So there's not really been much there has been a lot this week, but like in terms of news, we got more information about the feature pack, which is what we'll be talking a lot about today. And there was also some new things out in the gem store, which included the ceremonial plated outfit, which is very fancy. Belinda's great sword. The Reef of Cooperation. God, they're really making my lips work today. And Destiny's Edge 2.0's weapons returned to the gem store, which is really cool. I really want to get Rox's weapon again, so if you missed out on anything, you can go and get them. The ceremonial plated outfit is really cool. However, there is some clipping issues with the char, so just make sure you check on your character before you purchase it. And Belinda's greatsword is a katana. How cool is that?
It is quite cool.
So yes, if you really like Canthan orientated stuff, you definitely need to get the greatsword. And that's the news for today.
Yay! I know a lot of people have been asking for her greatsword for quite a while now, haven't they? So
Yeah, I mean, I've seen it everywhere, and now people don't seem to be that happy about it, but I don't know. Because it looks great.
Yeah. So, should we kick things off then? We're going to talk about all the feature pack information that's come out first before we get into all the Gamescom interview and all that shenanigans. So first up then, it's been really the continuation of competitive week this week for the feature pack announcement. So it's been all PvP and World v World related stuff. So I thought we'd kick things off with World v World. So the World v World updates that are planned have basically been designed to improve gameplay when both attacking and defending. I know there's been a lot of rumbling in the World v World community for a while that defending one of your own towers and keeps often isn't kind of as rewarding as just going to like siege up one of the enemies instead and taking that. So that's kind of where they're going with this one. So the big 3 changes are the Siege Golem Mastery line, which is a new line in the World v World ability tree thing, the new Siege Disabler grenade, and of course the new account-wide commander tag colours, which was also a bit controversial up until 2 days ago.
Just a bit.
When they kind of did
everything changed.
So yeah, let's talk about the commander tag colours.
When the Fire Nation attacked. Sorry, I can't help myself. Go on.
So until a couple of days ago, the price was 300. They put the price up to 300 gold for the Commander tag, Commander Compendium, I think it's called, which they changed it to a count-based system, so you'd unlock it, but it'd be 300 gold for every colour you wanted to unlock. And this got a lot of people annoyed because they kind of felt like ArenaNet didn't really understand what they wanted out of the Commander tag system.
Someone said to me like they changed it from a convenience item to a vanity item.
Yeah.
Which was really insightful way of looking at it, I thought.
Yeah. I know a lot of people for a while have wanted commanders to be able to do more things than just have the... I can't remember what the actual command is. It's where they can check the amount of supply in the people around them.
Yeah.
I don't know what the actual text command is for that because I'm not a commander.
Slash supply?
Well, I think so, but I don't want to sound like a noob and just say slash supply and people be like, no, that's not it.
If we
There you go, I did it for you.
Like, why is it not working?
So a lot of people kind of felt like they weren't really listening to the World for World community. As you said, it was becoming more of a vanity item. And then 2 days ago, was it? On Tuesday, I can't quite remember, they kind of did a 180 on it and said, okay, the new commander tag is just going to be 300 gold outright, and you'll be able to choose from every single colour that we have available on it. And I think that's promising for showing that they're listening to people, and I don't think it could come at a better time right now, considering everything else that's been happening.
They really, really needed that.
Yeah, they did.
Yeah, I think the best thing that came out of this was this quote from Mark Katzbach. We didn't talk about it. I'm sitting here wondering how to say
And
it.
it is my favourite quote in the world, so...
Yeah, it's a beautiful quote. I'm just going to go with Mark. Mark, I hope you don't mind if I call you by your first name. And he says, I'm just going to squash this rumour right now. And the rumour, I'll just quickly say, was that they purposely did this, that they said, oh no, it's going to be $300 gold per a colour. And then they purposely went, oh no, we'll give it to you, as a kind of ploy, I guess. And he says, I'm going to squash this rumor right now. Before the strong negative feedback received after the interview at Gamescom, every intention was to for each color to cost 300 gold. Pending QA, that version was ready to ship for the feature pack. When the flood of feedback came in, there was a flurry of emails working out the best course of action. And in the end, Zach and Tyler worked the weekend to make sure this change could be made in time. And it's just lovely. Like, someone gave up their time and effort just to make the player base happy, because the player base voiced their opinions and they thought, you know what, they're right. And it shows that there is people there and they are listening, which I never really doubted, but
Yeah.
some people did doubt.
So
They need that transparency, but I sort of loved the idea that they actually had faked it and been like, oh no, we'll say that it's 300 gold, like each one. I'm like, how do you get to a point where you think that's what someone would do?
Yeah.
Like, that's such
a lot of effort.
Yeah, that's a lot of effort just to get people to hate you.
Yeah.
And if it was deliberate, it really backfired.
Yeah, I think everyone's just been in a big frenzy at the moment of everything that's going on. I think a lot of people have probably just jumped on the hype bandwagon and just gone along with it for the ride. We'll talk about that later anyway.
Yes.
So as well, they've also introducing a new siege disabler, which is basically a grenade with a range of 1,200 units. That's what we were told on the GuildMag interview. I don't know how accurate that is, but we'll soon see, I guess. And basically, it's a grenade that can be thrown to disable all enemy siege. And this is kind of their attempt at making defending more valuable and rewarding. They actually stated that it's just one small change of something larger they want to do, but they're kind of going about it incrementally and just adding this for now and seeing how it will pan out. Because, I mean, it's still, when you think about what it actually does, it's still massive to be able to just disable all siege weapons that, are attacking your keep.
Yeah.
So I think it's definitely going to have a big impact in World v World, and I'm glad that they're not chucking lots of things at World v World at once to try and fix all the problems at once. I like that they're kind of taking this approach and just seeing how this will affect it and then adapting and building on that for the future. At the same time, I think still heard people like, oh, it's not enough for me, and as not really a big World v World player, I don't really share that opinion, but I don't know, what do you guys think about it?
Well, I'm not particularly educated on life and the way of life. But I haven't played it in quite a long time. Then I logged in a couple of weeks ago and just played it for like 12 hours. It's fun, good job, guys. I mean, I'm 2 years late, but it's a pretty good feature. But I think it sounds insane, but it depends how they balance it and things like that.
Yeah, well, they said in the GuildMag interview that you couldn't literally just be a character, run in with your siege disabler, chuck it, and then expect to get out alive again. It's definitely something you need to coordinate a bit more than that. I mean, you could just run in, disable the siege, die for it, and be like one of those.
I like the idea that it's like a bit of a faux fire and it kills everyone within a radius, like even like friendly fire.
Yeah, I wonder what impact it is, because obviously you'd need a suicide grenader to do that, and so that's a very odd kind of like thing, is it worth suiciding? I honestly think that one player suiciding to disable a siege is not really a big of a punishment. Dying is not big of a punishment enough. But then I suppose if you die, you can't get back into that kit because you can't come back. So that's immediately one loss. So I guess we'll see. That's the thing, is it's good that they're implementing it in a kind of slow way, because we can get used to the idea, and doubts can be dashed and all that sort of thing.
I can imagine it being really emotional, like, you could do this, John, I'm not leaving you. I've got a family and kids.
I signed up for this, damn it.
It's war, Dave!
I like that.
So we've had a question, you can just throw a grenade against the door to disable the rams, surely. That and stealth as well. We haven't thought about stealthing up and doing it, and then being able. It's probably something they've thought about. I don't imagine. Surely you wouldn't be able to throw it at the door from inside.
I think from inside would be a bit iffy.
I mean, I know there are spells and like skills you can, and it'll hit them, but
Guardian stuff.
Yeah. I mean, I don't see how they're going to stop that from happening, but I don't think it should happen.
Yeah. So we had a comment from Reddy. I'm sorry if I just draw your names in Twitch chat. Just thinking out loud, as a defender, you pop stability, go out to the edge of the wall, and disable the rams on the gate. Though I'm pretty sure attackers will use this as well to disable arrow carts, and by that boosting zergs, which is not cool. So yeah, it can be used to attack as well. Chuck it on top of a wall to disable all the arrow carts. I
think it's one per grenade, and I imagine there would be a cooldown. I don't think there would be that OP.
Yeah. I guess it's just really like most things, I wait and see how it plays out and how people react to it. But I think it's definitely going to shake things up a bit, which is always a good thing.
I agree. No one saw that.
The game is played.
So, PvP then. We kind of touched on this last week again, but we'll go over it. So, PvP standardizing models, as Casey rightly put in the show notes, one size fits all. So this is where if you want to, you can optionally turn on standard character models for every race. So there'll be a male and a female version, and it just makes seeing skills and seeing the actions that they do that bit easier. It's mostly aimed at the high level players, not really aimed at people like me who don't know what's going on anyway. So yeah, that's good again. And then of course PvP armor, 2 new exclusive sets, one for people who only take part in the official tournaments, so cry I'm never going to get that one.
Cry.
And another for basically everyone to work towards as a new achievement track. Is there anything
I have to say, sorry.
No, go on.
The data, we talked about this before the show, the data mined models, which I am like 90% sure are part of the PvP track. There's this data mined models, and they have freaking butterflies on them. I want them so bad, man. They're so pretty, and I like every single armor class, which is really unnatural. And I'm willing to bet like 100 gold that it will be the like tournament PvP set because I love them so much, and there's no way I'm getting into a tournament.
We just have to train you up, like put Eye of the Tiger on and just play Guild Wars.
Training montage, and by the end of like the 5-minute montage, I'll just be like the PvP boss lady.
We should do a GuildMag team, see how far we get. Just get
Yeah,
crushed on
We should
the...
do like a 24-hour live stream for charity where we just play PvP.
Oh, I'd be
Try
so
to
bad.
invest in it. No, I quite like that idea. I think we should do
I like that idea too.
It would be a cool idea, but nobody wants to see me play PvP. I'm just like, ah! I get, if I die like once, I'm just like, oh, this class, this build is trash. I need to switch out. It's like,
It's not me. It's not me.
it's not me
No,
at all.
but if I get to kill you, like I find that if I kill people, I get strangely like competitive. I'm like, oh yeah, bitches! Like the white girl trash talking everyone. Oh, I think I just swore on the stream. Sorry, everyone.
So yeah, in addition, there is class balancing coming up, changes to all classes. I actually haven't read too much about this. The only ones I know of are the Warrior Adrenaline decaying quicker after you're out of combat, and the Guardian... What were they doing with the Guardian? I can't remember. They were doing something with
no,
the
I can't
Guardian.
remember either. Oh,
Oh, it was
They were
about
changing-
spirit weapons and utility skills. Just basically making Guardians a bit more OP because they're not OP enough. Thank God. So, yeah, do you guys have anything you want to mention about class balance and what they're doing to that? Because we're kind of PvP noobs around here, so...
But I know just
Yeah,
about everything
I know.
about balance.
No. Those faces say it all.
Let me have a look. Someone sustain the conversation. I told you we didn't have a vocabulary at 10 in the morning.
Okay, so
11 in the
we've
morning.
had a comment about the unique armor sets. Wooden Potatoes mentioned that the problem with making these armor sets not exclusively for tournament winners is that it's gone again. Is that it seriously diminishes their prestige value, even if the standard version is less shiny.
I agree.
Yeah.
I agree that they should get their own exclusive things, but I really want them so bad.
I mean, I'm quite excited about
Yeah,
the
the one
Guardian
thing,
balance changes. Oh,
Yeah. We
should I make my
no,
point?
yeah.
Yeah. I'm quite excited about the Guardian balance changes because I feel like when I'm playing a Guardian, it's like there's only certain skills that I can use that are useful, and then there's the sort of the ones that you just never touch ever. Ever.
I feel like that about the Guardian Ultimates. I never touch the tome ones. I only ever use the vulnerability one.
I mean, they looked really cool when I used them at launch, and then they just weren't that useful.
Yeah, I mean, the idea behind them is really good, but they're just not as good as being able to go invulnerable for 2 seconds, 1.5. I can't remember how long. 3.
It used to be 3.
Used to be 3.
I don't know if it is any.
I don't think it's 3 anymore. I think it's 2. I can't quite remember.
But I'm just excited to to play a Guardian and play with something other than what I do now.
Yeah. So I think that pretty much covers it for the feature pack information. Of course, more stuff's going to be announced today and tomorrow and over next week, which we'll talk about on the next episode. But I think it's time to move on to the thing probably most people want to hear us talking about. It's the thing that everyone got mad over. So the GuildMag interview. So for those of you who've been hidden under a rock for the past week, we published. We had an interview with Devon Carver and Matt. I'm not even going to attempt to pronounce his surname. Matt.
Cat's back.
Matt. No. Matt. W.
Oh, Matt, a different one.
Matt W. I think. And we asked questions that the community asked us to ask. I said ask way too many times then. And we published our answers, and a lot of people got a little bit annoyed that a lot of the answers were kind of the devs skirting around the answers. It's a lot of we can't really say much about that now, or we don't know, or just outright no.
But say I didn't know what was going on, and like usually in the morning when I wake up, I'll check Reddit and I'll go on the Guild Wars 2 page to read about lore speculation. And that morning, I opened up Reddit and I thought someone had died. And it took me like an hour to find out what everyone was angry about.
Yeah.
My favorite reaction is someone's like logging onto Reddit this morning. It showed like a GIF, and it's this guy walking in through the door with the pizzas all happy, accepting a party, and like everyone's on the floor and there's fire and stuff like that.
From Community, it's such a good show. Like GIF fun.
Yeah, that made me laugh.
Yeah. So I mean, I think a lot. So where do we start, really? I think the important thing is we kind of need to almost step off this bandwagon of everyone bashing on the ArenaNet for it. I mean, we need to take a look at the fact that we asked questions to two people who only work on like a small part of the game. They couldn't possibly answer. We asked everything from PvE stuff, lore stuff about the Tengu, all the way up to the stuff about World v World and like the Siege Disabler and all that. So there's no way they could 100% be accurate in everything they'd answer. But we... and
they were there also specifically to cover World versus World.
Yeah.
Their changes. But they should, they should have figured that and then, maybe mentioned it, because they need that transparency. They need to be able to say, I don't work on that. I work on World versus World, so I can't really answer that question.
Yeah. I think a lot of people didn't watch the video, as has just been pointed out in chat, actually. They just read the transcript, and I think if you just read the transcript, it comes off a lot worse than when you watch the video, because you see their human side and the actual body language and the way they answer the questions. I think if you just read a cold hard transcript, part of your brain goes, there's a bit of malicious intent in there, and then just skirting around everything. But it really wasn't like that. And I think it's important to kind of think about the positives we can take away from the interview. One big thing that really got people riled up is that during the interview they said that Super Adventure Box would likely not be coming back during a Living World season. And a lot of people immediately just assumed, SAB's never coming back ever, I need to get a refund for my Infinite Continue coin and all that kind of thing. And that's just not the case. I think they never said it wasn't coming back full stop. I kind of share Wooden Potato's view that it is going to come back.
Yeah.
Even though...
Has to, surely.
Yeah, I mean, even though World 2 wasn't as well received as they'd liked it to have been, it still went down well, in my opinion. There wasn't universal hate for it or anything.
Oh God, no.
And I think the fact that Occupy SAB 2014 is enough to show that it should come back and players want it back.
But carry on, Al.
No, I was you can go. It's okay.
Okay. Of course, I've forgotten what I was going to say. No, I think what people failing to take into account is, they want SAP because it's this amazing, fun, piece of content, and they've paid for infinite replay coins. Is that it?
Yeah.
Infinite life. Yeah.
Continue going. Yeah.
It's been a long time. But I think people are failing to recognise how much they've improved with their living story updates. Because Wooden Potato talked about it. I mean, last year in season 1 and start of this year, we had very inconsistent updates. We jumped from Lion's Lodge getting attacked by crabs to to Super Adventure Box to Quattro flying in randomly and trying to tie it in with the living world, but not doing so. And of course, we want Zap because it's a really fun piece of content. But I don't. As a player, what I really wanted in Season 1 was consistency and storytelling and, everything that flowed and tied itself together and made sense. And is Moto really going to pop back when Mordramoth's killing everyone?
Yeah.
Is this really the best time for him? I mean, it's good content, so players would accept it even if it didn't have lore. But, they're going to give it lore. And I think if they're going to do that, they're best doing it when it ties in correctly.
Yeah, I mean, I completely agree. I mean, the last time we had SAB was back to school, and we basically just met Scarlet and had her invade the Queen's Pavilion and all that then. So it's we've jumped from this unknown villain at the time to, controlling these watchworks, and suddenly everything's fine, let's go to SAB for a month. So it was... Well,
what they've done really well with Season 2 is creating that sense of danger.
Yeah.
And back then, it was wiped because of inconsistencies like that. I feel like we could get Sab like after season 2, if maybe we then move on to an expansion and we get a break from Living Story to that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I completely agree. I think when I personally read the transcript as I was editing it and publishing it and read that, I agreed, and I think, you know what, this is the right call to make, not to bring it back, Living World season. And I honestly, it never even crossed my mind that people would take it as SAB's not coming back, or SAB's not coming back for ages. That's not how I saw it at all. I don't know what you guys first. I suppose you guys were kind of influenced by the Reddit hype.
Well, I saw
stuff.
everyone freaking out, and I was like, "There's no way anyone in a million years has done something so terrible that it's warranted this response." So I had to read it all, and then I was like, "Okay, they are a bit mean." But I didn't think it'd get the response that it did. Of course, people want the mini game, but I thought people might, be on the same page in terms of wanting it when it's right.
Yeah.
I would just have to play devil's advocate over here.
Go on then.
When I read it, like, I got some other people's opinions, and then I read it, and I have to say that people's, like, I'm not at all saying people's reactions are warranted. Never in a million years were the reactions that happened warranted the passive aggressive. I'm never playing this game anymore. I felt like Arena had to, like, be like the mother that was like, okay, fine, put down your toys and never play with it. That's fine, But when I read it, I honestly got the opinion that they said it doesn't fit into our model of living story. And that's what made me go, oh, so if it doesn't fit and you're so invested in living stories and never coming out again, and I think the fact that there's been no word of it and so many people have gone, oh, it'll come out this month. Oh, no, it didn't come out. It'll come out next month. And so many people waiting for so long in the silence, it kind of felt, oh, okay, so while we've been waiting, they've actually decided not to release another one because it doesn't fit into living story. And that's what really, worried me is, and with the infinite continue coin, those were kind of sold on this unspoken promise that there would be a third world, and I don't ever feel like a cash shop item should ever become redundant. That you paid money for it, and then I'm not saying that they have to refund everything. I'm just saying turn them in. You get you turn in the coin and you get a free Sab skin of your choosing, or something like that. You never so that you just have a paid item and then you delete it. That's what I think a lot of people's concerns were.
I think Sab should be accessible all year round. I don't understand why it's not. I mean, is there
just release the 2 worlds.
But even if they can't release a new world because of the way it fits the living story, they would have made the life a hell of a lot easier if they'd kept it there.
Yeah.
Because now they can't go, oh no, he's bought it back, even though worlds go in the end.
Yeah.
I have a feeling though. Sorry.
I was just going to say, I imagine the only argument they could put forward for not keeping it open all year round is, having to keep servers open and stuff for it, because obviously more people who play it, the more maps you have to open in instances. But I mean, at the same time, they could just then sell the infinite continue coin all year round, and I'm sure if you were playing it enough, you'd just buy the infinite continue coin. So that's kind of,
they'd have the money.
Yeah. What were you going to say?
I can't be.
Well, Casey, but anyone.
One final point. I can't see it never. I can see it coming back, absolutely, because it's not like, it doesn't tie in right now, but, after we killed Zaitan, we had almost a 2-year period where stuff, wasn't that bad in the universe, and, they could do fun stuff like that, and the people of Tyria had time to relax. So that will most likely happen again, once Morgenboth dies. So the aim is now, guys, let's motivate them to get the living story patches out. Then we can kill Morgenboth and play Sab.
Yay. So other positive things that I'm trying to bring out from the interview to show everyone it's not that bad is we had some things to do with the Tengu, and basically they said that there's a reason that the Tengu are acting how they are at the moment, and they fully intend to work that into the living world, and we're definitely going to see we're going to learn more about why they've been hiding behind their wall and their actions to when LA was being destroyed, as we all know what happened. So I think again, it's not all bad as people made it out to be. There was some good stuff to take from it, and I think, like, I personally just again want to extend GuildMag's thanks to the devs that answered it. I imagine after reading the responses, they're maybe not having they're maybe not feeling so good about it now. But
we love you. We love you in the interview, and thank you. We didn't read anything awful by it. I bet we're on a ReadingNet kill list. GuildMag. We just want to love you.
We caught this.
But yeah, so I mean, looking at the other side of it, because I don't like to just do one side. There are things, again, that are still I'm a bit iffy with, like the whole first-person view thing. They told us why they were against it. Personally, that's one I didn't.
Yeah,
agree.
that was such a stupid.
Yeah, I don't agree with that reason. I don't think, as a lot of people have pointed out, people don't want it to be in combat with. People want it to take nice screenshots and to appreciate the artwork and to be fully immersed in the world. But again, I think it was Wooden Potatoes who pointed it out. It was a World v World dev who gave a response, and he spoke from a World v World dev's perspective, as in, we don't want first person in World v World because you need to see what's going on around you and you need to be aware of all the combat and stuff. So it's, I feel
like they're treating, if that was like a legitimate response, I feel like they're treating their play base like children, really. I mean, acting like it reasonably, but like specifically, like we can't trust our players to decide when's best to use first person camera, and they'll die and complain about it. That just doesn't make any sense. So I think it makes so little sense that I think it's literally just because it was the wrong devs answering the questions.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, I think we can all maybe just live in hope that they'll change their minds on these things as well, like they have with the commander tag. I mean, we've seen them do it once now. There's no reason they can't flip a switch and go, let's just stick first person mode on for people. But I guess we'll see, really.
Someone in the chat just said first person mode would substantially help Guild Wars 2's machinima and video making scene, which would be a lot better, I reckon.
Yeah, I agree. Other things, precursor crafting said was kind of still on their radar. They didn't specifically say they were working on it though. But I mean, again, we're asking a World v World dev. About precursor. I imagine, we've talked about this to death like in the last 2 episodes now. I imagine for sure they're working on it, and it's coming. So yeah, that's really all I wanted to pull out of the interview. Everything else, you guys can read for yourself if you haven't already. I imagine most people have by now. Do you guys have anything else you want to bring up about
that?
I think we discussed it quite a lot.
Yeah.
Just know that ArenaNet aren't out to get any of us and make us a terrible experience. And I think they're learning a lot, which is very good. But that means they're not going to give us random content anymore, and they'll do it when it fits and is right. My cat's making a noise.
So I think one last comment to finish that off from Miss Butter, who is becoming a regular on this show.
I recognise.
What strikes me is that despite the zillion comments on Reddit, those people aren't listening in right now, which is odd. So I assume talking about ArenaNet there.
I think people just want their time to be really angry.
Yeah.
They don't want anyone to tell them that they don't need to be. They're just...
So yeah. So shall we move on then? We've kind of already mentioned Occupy SAB 2014. Were either of you present for it?
I watched the stream because I'm very timid and I don't participate in protests. No, I watched the stream and talked to a few people on the stream, and I have to say, there's always 2 sides to those sort of processes. There's sort of people that are like SAB or Riot, and they're like kind of almost a threat, and I'm not particularly in that. But it's also a very kind of friendly, fun way to show support for SAB. I mean, one dev somewhere is going to log in and see this massive thing, and then and it just was so much fun. Someone had the boom box out, so all this SAB music was playing, and I kept the stream on just to hear all the SAB music again. And people had the SAB chests and opening up the chest, and the pixeled fireworks were going out, and it was a party. People were dancing and people were chatting and showing off their SAB items, and it was just really lovely, like a great atmosphere and a great way to show support for something you want, not raging on a Reddit.
Yeah, I completely agree.
Yeah, it looked like a whole fun thing, whereas the Reddit comments weren't.
Yeah, I think it was mainly just people trying to escape the whole Reddit thing and just trying to share. I mean, there were even, I think one of reading that dev was like, I want to see a line around Rass's
Yeah. Yeah.
I like that. I didn't get to see the live stream or log in to do it. I only saw like the album afterwards, but it looked good. So yeah, one thing we didn't actually discuss earlier that I did want to bring up, but I forgot, is what do we think about what may come in the feature pack for week 2 and 3? I kind of skipped over this by mistake. Do you guys have any ideas? I'll get the titles up for it now.
Seriously, my money was on Sam, and I was completely wrong. I don't think they should be making predictions.
I think they need to make sure they don't mention anything about World versus World now for a week or two, just because, I think people were also miffed that it was all focused on that, and then the players who weren't. I mean, they needed that, so I can understand why they did it, and the players needed to know what was going on with that. But I think people are like, you're not doing anything, you're just doing World versus World. Why?
Such a pouty voice. I have to admit, I'm looking forward to when they do the PvE stuff, so I can actually have a proper opinion on the show. And not be like, well, I think maybe.
So week 2, which is next week, is called A Fresh Start, and it's basically the description is focused on improving Guild Wars 2 experience for new and veteran players alike. I'm actually not too sure what this is going to include. I imagine for the new players it would be better like tutorials and hints and how you progress and that kind of thing. I know what they did with Guild Wars 2 China. We may be seeing some of that.
Yep.
It's possible. For veteran players, I'm really not sure.
Yeah, for veteran players, I don't have a clue. I don't know what they mean when they say that, because I can't think what they'd include. Peckle, if you carry on making noise, I'll kick you out of the podcast. Sorry, my Peckle. But I think there'll definitely be new tutorials, which is interesting, and they need it for a long time. But is it just going to be tips, or is it going to be like new instances and revisited instances and fixed instances and that sort of stuff?
I think I kind of got a sneaking suspicion it may have something to do with fractals, because that's been a topic for a long time about PvE players.
I love fractals.
I enjoy fractals, but I don't really do them anymore.
Well, fractals was my best experience in Guild Wars 2 ever when they came out and playing them for months. I don't own them anymore, and I'd like to carry on.
Yeah.
So if there was something that made me want to, then,
I mean, we've still got that whole cliffhanger thing with Ellen Keel and who is it that actually runs?
Evan. No, the actual
Come on, Ali.
This is what I mean. They make like little story plots that sort of have no place and then don't get revisited because they were so randomly put in there.
Yeah.
I don't mind that though. I mean, Guild Wars 1 had the sort of things where like random little intrigue things. Like, there's so much stuff we still don't know. Dessa.
There we go.
Dessa.
One of them. So I've kind of got a feeling it might be one of them. Other than that, I've got no idea what they're going to be doing for veteran players.
Yeah. I just have to say, if we're going to go through the list, we're going to quickly run out of time because it's almost time, and we've still got so much to do.
Yeah, so we'll quickly then, week 3, collecting and trading. Give me one word, what you think.
New trading UI. New trading post UI.
That would be nice.
I'd like to be able to use the trading post buy and sell loads of stuff without it then going, sorry, you can't sell that right now because we think you're a bot, so go have some pancakes. I want to empty my inventory, ArenaNet. I've got rights.
Okay, let's move on then, Casey. You've
got
some shizzle.
do this like super quick because we need to get to the llamas, man. So basically, I know a lot of people probably, if you're here for PvE so stuff, you probably know about the Blix farm, which is a farming kind of event in Kershaw where you purposely get the event to fail so that it restarts almost instantly, and there's tons of champs, so you can just farm so much. I haven't done it myself because I really am not a fads person. I like to wait like 6 months before I think, oh, maybe I should check it out. But we've got everyone was a bit worried that it might be an exploit, but we've got official word from ArenaNet which says a fix is currently being prepared for this issue. While the behavior in brackets design of this event was acceptable in the past, changes in the game over time, which i.e. the champion bags, have created an environment around the event that has become increasingly toxic for the community. Due to unintended use and change of the mechanics, players should not feel that they are in the wrong for completing this event or event chain, and that is what is happening with this event. The respawner on this event will be significantly increased. That is awesome, because seriously, sometimes I head into Kershaw and I'm like, am I going to get in trouble for completing this event? Like, if I start this event up, am I going to get in trouble because of it? You know, just little things like that. And when it becomes toxic, normally it's very good, but when it does become toxic, it's great that they're addressing it. And I wholeheartedly agree. Should never be a bad thing to want to complete an event.
I basically completely agree with that as well. I think obviously a lot of people are going to be annoyed that their new farming spots, well, not really new, but you know what I mean, their farming spot is gone again after Frost Gorge. Do people still do Frost Gorge? So
I go occasionally and I see people doing it. So yeah.
I haven't been there in quite a while. But
it's not as easy as it used to be, in my opinion.
Yeah, they nerfed champion bags to not give gold or something, didn't they? I haven't killed a champion in months. It's so like. So yeah, I'm completely for it. I think it's definitely never okay to be told off for playing the game you want to play, and the way you want to play it.
And that's what they always, advertise prior to the game, and as the game continues to be live.
Always look forward to seeing more people, and I do.
Flying off mega service.
So then, I think it's time for what everyone has been waiting to hear Jason do.
Not right.
So.
Oh yeah, we have to run interference while he gets himself into the mood.
Oh yeah, okay. So Jason...
we should actually talk about the llama thing first.
The
competition.
So while Jason's making a few weird faces with his mic muted, for those of you who don't know, Jason does do good char voices. I think it was like a year ago he kind of did a whole thing on Reddit. People could suggest things for him to say, and he'd record them and say them and things. So because he's on the show, he's going to do it live for us today. And we're going to tie this in with the llama giveaway, the Miniature Llama giveaway. So everyone listening to this live right now, if you have something you want Jason to say in a char voice, so basically he's going to sound like Ritlock, so let us know in chat, and the best, the most creative, the most funny, whatever you want to do, what's the word I'm looking for, the most creative thing, suggestion, there we go.
There we go.
Most creative suggestion that between me, Casey and Jason will pick from, you will win a Miniature Llama code for you to redeem. And for those of you obviously who not watching this live, who can't participate, we will tell you how you can get involved with another Miniature Llama giveaway after this, basically. So, I suppose, should we kick things off? Casey, do you have anything you want him to say first before we get into Twitch chat?
Oh yes. Can you please say, Logan, I've always loved you.
I've already seen my favourite suggestion.
Okay.
Right, there's so many coming through.
You want me to say, Logan, I've always loved you?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, one moment.
I'm gonna squeal like a little girl.
Oh, Logan, I've always loved you.
Oh my god.
What do you want to do on the bed, Logan?
Oh my god, when he first did this, I tried so hard to try and do it. I was just sat here for like half a day. Like it just
Your
does not
attempt.
sound anything.
There's so
like.
many people shipping Logan and Ritlock in this game.
It's a bromance, man.
Should we pick some out from chat then? So is your favourite one? I do not have any pants, or I have.
Yeah,
Do you wanna
sort
do-
of.
Do you want to do
I
that one?
could just see that. I could just see Ritlock doing that.
Go on then. Give it.
I'll have to do it.
Yeah.
Is that the winner, or is it?
No, just we'll.
No, do your favourite.
Just
Yeah.
wanted to make sure that we weren't okay. One moment. Yeah. Entertain. Okay.
I do not have any pants. I don't know where they're gone. It's mental.
Oh god. Bend over, Logan. Come on, we've got to have that one. Bend over. Come on.
Bend over, Logan.
Oh god.
Oh no.
We don't want
I
to
think-
there's a crafting soon.
Sorry.
I think I am Mr. Fluffykins, and I demand respect. Deserves a say.
I am Mr. Fluffykins and I demand respect.
I'm so happy right now. My cheeks hurt.
Oh god.
God.
This char has horns, and here they are. I quite like that one.
This char has horns and here they are.
Oh god, I'm actually so jealous that you can do this.
Yeah,
as,
me too.
as soon as this
So
stream
much
ends,
money.
I'm just gonna go and attempt it again. But it's just
Just in the front of the mirror. I hope you leave your camera on.
No.
I'm just gonna be there, not knowing we're watching.
oh,
Oh, we haven't chosen a winner yet, so
No.
keep
No,
your
I'm just doing
suggestions
all
coming
of them.
through.
yeah. Keep.
Oh,
Yep.
I am so furious.
Oh yes. Cool.
I've got to practice the pronunciation
Okay.
of this one.
Oh, I'm not bad.
It
I'm
doesn't
just
sound
drawn
that
up.
great in a char voice. I can give it a go.
I am furious.
Oh.
Oh,
So I suppose it's time for us to
there's
choose the winner.
something
then.
in the water.
Okay.
There's something in the water. Please do
Go
that
on.
one, please.
There's something in the water.
Oh.
Oh, I love that one.
Right.
Oh, I can't choose, seriously.
I'm struggling. There's so many good ones.
Mm.
Do you have a favourite, Jason? There's just spam of quotes that you want to say.
It's just spam of everything amazing.
Oh, these are
Kind of
very
like
nice.
that I'm not wearing any pants because it's just. What was the first one? It's here
Who-
somewhere.
Who is it that said I'm not wearing any pants?
There were a couple of people, which is why maybe we shouldn't go. For that one.
Okay.
Yeah.
I
My personal favourite is There's Something in the Water. That was...
Yeah. it's
I
true.
quite like that one as well.
That's what we're going for.
Then again, I did like the Bend Over Logan one, but that's probably not worthy of being a winner.
I didn't even say that one.
Oh yeah. So, do you want to go for There's Something in the Water?
Yeah.
Okay.
got my
So,
Congratulations to Money Cats.
there we go. Took the words right out of my mouth.
Oh,
I am the danger. I am not in danger, Skylar.
sorry.
Oh.
If I could do that full monologue in that voice, my life would be.
Oh, so
Yeah.
congratulations,
Yay.
Money Cats!
Yay! Well done. We will be in touch with you soon to give you your code. So do stay tuned. And that is pretty much it for this episode. It's gone by really quick, I think.
You need to say...
Oh,
what
I
the
do.
competition
Oh, I
is
completely
for everyone else.
forgot. I forgot. Okay.
What would you do without me?
I know. So for everyone who's not watching this live, we do have a second Miniature Llama to give away. All you need to do to be in with a chance of winning is tell us what you love most about Guild Wars 2. You can send your answers to @GuildMag on Twitter, facebook.com/GuildMag in the YouTube comments, or send an email to contact@guildmag.com. And from everyone who tells us, this time around the winner will be chosen randomly from everyone who enters. So make sure to tell us what you love most about Guild Wars 2. Can be anything at all. We're just kind of trying to get some positivity back up in here, you know. And we will let you
I
know.
just
if
have
you
to
win.
say,
Yeah.
sorry.
Go on.
Even if you're in the stream, you can still enter. We're
Yes.
not barring you because you came into the stream.
Yes, you can. Money Cats, you can enter again, but if you want to be greedy and have 2 llamas, I'm sure Casey wouldn't appreciate that.
I would. Oh, man. No.
So yeah, good luck to everyone who enters the other competition. And on top of that, we do have some other Gamescom stuff to give away at GuildMag, but we'll tell you more about that when we're ready. When we're ready, trademark. So yeah, that's about it for this week's episode. Thanks to everyone who joined us live and for watching. Don't forget, if you didn't, we are live every Thursday at 10 AM GMT on twitch.tv/GuildMag if you fancy coming along and chatting to us. Thanks to Jason for joining us for this week's episode.
Yep. If you don't want me here ever again, do let us know. Otherwise, I will pop in on occasion.
Give him some love, everyone. And so
Yeah, lots of love.
me and Casey will be back next week. Jason might be, might not be. We'll see how it goes. So we'll see you in a week's time, everyone. Bye.
Bye-bye.